It's a simple fact. If you're on Coinbase, you're just dealing in Bitcoin and Ethereum and the top 50 coins, you're missing out on the real juicy action. Look, let's just call it like it is. We get in the cryptocurrency for technology and belief in Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to change the world, but at the core of every crypto trader is this dark cheeseball degenerate who likes the big, juicy back alley coins. Look, we can talk about our care about technology all the time, but what we really want is those dirty little coins that you don't bring home to mother. You don't let your friends see you with them on social media. You'll get made fun of. But when 12 a.m. rolls around, there's only one place where all the cryptos are heading to, and that's these dank, dirty, thick, highly explosive altcoins. Look, let me show you 2 trades I've made in just the last week. So I showed you guys a while back me getting in the B20. Do not buy this right now, okay? And I also want to stress as this video continues, don't buy anything I'm talking about. These are just simply projects I'm getting into now and I really like, or coins that I've gotten out of. Look, if you were to sit around in Ethereum, for example, right now, and you got into that at the beginning of this bull run or in January, you'd be sitting at like a 0.7x ROI. If you put 10,000 in, you'd have $7,000 profit right now. Not bad, but I got into this degenerate coin, B20, earlier this month, and it 4x'd on me. And I was able to exit at a nice 4x ROI. All right? I was able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars just from this trade. Okay. Just a few days ago, I have jumped into Saki token, which I think is going to go up because just exchanges are exploding right now. Again, same exact thing. Just the last week alone, from 13 cents all the way up to like 40 cents. Okay. And then another one I got into just yesterday, Chain Games, got in right here-ish. Okay. I sold all my Chainlink, you know, a nice, classy, blue chip, respectable, take home the mother and Mary kind of coin, a degenerate gambling coin called Chain Games, which I actually think is going to explode because you can gamble on Super Smash Bros. It's insane. And so what I want to show you in today's video is how to find these coins, because I don't want you to get lured into the fact that you can make fast, crazy gains. However, when we look at the market caps of Ethereum or Bitcoin or even other top 10 coins, for example, even if we look at like Uniswap, in order for these coins to double or triple, tens of billions to even hundreds of millions, in order for ADA to do a 3x right now, it's going to need almost $100 billion poured into it. Do I think that's going to happen? Yes. However, if we want to really make some fast gains off lower amounts of money that we can then put into ADA, which is what I do, you have to know how to get access to these coins. And when I first got into crypto, even months ago, I had no idea how to get all these coins. And I thought when I see people talking about these and mentioning them, oh, okay, well, you know, that's just for people outside the United States. These are coins that I just can't get. I have to dabble in these boring coins. That's not true. Even when it comes to the blue chip coins, one of the worst ways you can be buying them right now is on Coinbase and using exchanges and moving money around through that. There's high fees. You can get your coins locked up on these. For example, I had a bad transaction go through on Coinbase from my bank because my bank was like, you're buying too much crypto. I couldn't sell anything on Coinbase. I couldn't move anything around on Coinbase for a good week or so, and they could just lock up my money. There's so many disadvantages to only being stuck on exchanges, and more importantly, if you know exactly how to move your money in and out, you can move into these really, really fast gain coins, which I think actually the projects that I just mentioned are awesome, and find projects super duper early on, and you can make fast gains into them, and you can hold them long term. For example, there's a lot of alts like these that I plan to hold for a long time just because I really believe in what they're doing, or you can get into them based on news, flip into them, flip out of them very quickly, and then put it back into Ethereum or ADA, or whatever your main holding is going to be. So let me show you how to do this, because it's actually not that hard. Also, if you like talking crypto, or you just want to get in all the sweet giveaways I'm doing, follow me at ZSS Becker. I'm constantly talking about stuff that I'm doing in crypto. Also, guys, I want to state very clearly, first off, not financial advice. Number two, I talk about crypto for fun. I'm not a guru. I'm not selling any courses. I'm not even a trading expert, and I've only been in crypto since really March of last year, so I'm also new to crypto. I just really like this subject. It's a blast for me to talk about with you guys, and so I really think you should just take this as more beginner general advice to add to your views of cryptocurrency, and don't take any of this as hard trading, absolute expert trading advice. If you actually look at my subscriptions There's a lot of really good channels I suggest you follow. My personal favorites being JRNY Crypto, Digital Asset News, Sheldon Evans, Hisoshi, but all the channels on here are really, really, really good overall. Okay, so I really suggest if you want to get even deeper into crypto and you want to get advice from people who've been doing this way longer and are way more just experienced than I am, check out some of these people in the subscription box. I'm always going to tell you to do this, and I'm not the pinnacle of crypto information you should be getting from. I like making this because I was a real beginner here pretty recently. I've made a lot of money doing this, and I made a lot of mistakes. And if I share these mistakes with you and the aha moments I had, I think you're going to be better equipped than 98% of the market that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, okay? Like, they literally don't even know that Cardano exists. I think if you can get above those people, you're going to have a much better chance here. So step one to getting into coins like this, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download this app called Voyager. Okay, and so a lot of people use Coinbase. A lot of people use. I personally use Kraken. I have accounts on all exchanges, but more importantly, I don't really use exchanges anymore because it's slow moving money in and around. It's way easier for me to exit my positions in the USDC for the most part. Okay, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download this app called Voyager. Okay, and if you're moving around a lot of money, you probably already have exchange accounts. So I'm not going to tell you about that. But if you're brand new to this, you have the choice between a few different exchanges. Voyager is really easy to set up, and you can just literally download it right on your phone. Okay, you can't really see this right here. I'll put a screenshot of it. And you can just buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other coin. Actually, a lot of coins that aren't even listed on Coinbase right away. Like, this was the only place you could buy ADA for the longest time. What Voyager does is it actually goes and connects to all the exchanges and finds you the cheapest deal. Now, what you have to understand, when you're buying stuff in exchanges, you're always paying a markup. If you buy something on Coinbase, you're going to pay a fee. In Voyager, there's like a 1% markup on what you're buying. So you really don't want to be buying and moving stuff around on these exchanges. And you might also be thinking, as you get into this, okay, I don't want to put my money in the crypto and it be locked in there. At any time through your wallet, you can switch into USDC or a crypto that is pegged to the US dollar. So what I like to do a lot of is I don't like to keep a lot of my money in banks because I don't have control over it. What I like to do is to keep a lot of my money, cash, fiat money, in USDC or or stable coins. For example, there's a stable coin based around the Singapore dollar. That thing doesn't depreciate and doesn't have mass inflation because they respect their currency there. And so I can keep my money in stable assets that I can quickly move into cryptos, flip, and move back into. And guys, I'm going to hate on exchanges a lot in this video, and you really need to understand this when you get into crypto. The second you have any coins, whether you just bought them or you sent them in to sell them on an exchange, those aren't your coins. You're renting them. And I mean that in the strongest way possible. The second your money enters an exchange, it's no longer under your control. Look, with crypto coming on, what you have to understand, it's the first time you can have true control over your money. There is absolutely nothing that anybody on planet Earth could do about the USDC that I hold in my wallet. There's nothing they could do about the Ethereum. There's nothing they could do about the Bitcoin. Like, there's no way they can control that. If your money's on an exchange, if your money's sitting on Voyager, your money's sitting on Coinbase, any way the wind blows, they can change the terms of service on that. They can just say, you know what, you seem suspicious, so we're just going to lock up $1 million and we'll get back to you when we feel like it. This is the same thing with your bank. This is why I don't like keeping money in banks. This is why I don't like keeping money in exchanges. And then more importantly, when you're dealing with exchanges, there's all sorts of things that come with moving money around. It can take tons of time to move things back and forth. You can basically have fees added on the things that just add cost to everything. The only people that really win when you're using exchanges is the exchanges. And there's a lot of ways to swap around. And so I really want you to understand it. When you move money to an exchange, it's not your money until it's back in your wallet. It is simply not. Which you can also do on exchanges. But anyway, so let's imagine right now I go and buy a bunch of Ethereum on Voyager. Okay, it's a pretty straightforward process. I'm not going to walk you through it because I think you have the IQ that is at least higher than a chimpanzee. So I'm going to trust that you can just download this app and buy some Ethereum. So at this point in time, what we can do is we can send to an Ethereum address. So let's pull up my screen. And so you can see I got my test wallet right here in Ethereum. Okay, so you can see I'm just holding a little bit of Ethereum right here. Now, what we want to do is we want to get our Ethereum from our Voyager account or Coinbase account into our wallet. And this is very simple. We're just going to take the wallet address. So then once we have this address right here, popped in MetaMask, and MetaMask is just a simple wallet you can create. Okay, so this will install an extension in Chrome that will create a digital wallet that you can access. Okay, and so you can go in here and you can store your funds and whatnot in there. You're really going to want to connect this to a Trezor or a Ledger later on, but if you're doing small trades, I think the most important thing is you actually just understand how to set up a wallet and everything that comes with that, okay? If you're doing larger trades, if you're moving around a lot of money and you don't have a Ledger or Trezor by now, I think you're a crazy person and you need to really just go see a doctor. This video you're past the point of return. You turn into the absolute degenerate. So I got a hot wallet right here, which means it's a wallet that's not connected to a Trezor, okay? And technically, it would still be very hard to get into this wallet, but you really need to have everything in hard wallets. So let's get some money from Coinbase to this wallet. So normally I'm just going to be using Voyager because I like it a lot better than Coinbase, but it's a lot easier to show it on my screen right here. So let's say I'm going to send some Ethereum. Okay? And so the reason why we want to do and buy Ethereum for this is because Ethereum is basically what everything's built on for the most part, especially most of these altcoins. They're almost all in Ethereum. And so what does that mean? It means Ethereum can be converted into virtually almost every altcoin. So let's imagine we were to go and send 500 Ethereum. I don't have it in the account right now, but I just go and put this address in there, and then I would hit continue, and I would go through the send situations right here. Okay? So, pow, I can send myself whatever Ethereum that I've bought on Coinbase, and it's going to end up right in my wallet. So you can see the Ethereum is sitting right here in my wallet. So now let's imagine that we got the money from our wallet. We need to cover a few situations because you need to realize what you're working with right here. When I first exited all my Ethereum positions, what I did is when it was dipping hard, I sent all my Ethereum back from my wallet to Coinbase and then sold it like an idiot. I had to pay massive fees. It took me so long to get the money back and forth. And so the reason why I don't like exchanges is because you, one, don't want to hold your money in exchanges, and two, in order to exit your position on exchanges, a lot of times you have to send the money to the exchange. That can take upwards of 4 hours sometimes. And so by the time any action is going on in the exchanges, you've already lost the chance to sell your positions at the price you want to get out at. So let's imagine we get this money in our wallet now. Okay, so we got a whole 1 Ethereum in there. So what we can then use is we can use decentralized exchanges. These are exchanges that are decentralized through Ethereum contracts and what they're built on. And all the technology behind it, we can trade coins that are built on Ethereum. Okay? There's even a lot of exchanges where we can trade coins in a decentralized way outside of the Ethereum network. But most of the action you're going to be getting in on is going to be inside the Ethereum network, so this is fine. So anyways, I like to use 1inch. It's also my favorite exchange. It's also the one I invest the most in. But Uniswap also works well. And on top of that, in MetaMask, you're also going to have the ability to just swap things on the fly. I don't like using MetaMask to do this because every single time I do, I notice the fees are significantly higher. So let's just look at what we're working with right here and compare. Okay, so in order for me to swap Ethereum to USDC, it's going to cost me $70. We might see something similar over here in Uniswap. They usually have the cheapest fees, but Uniswap also glitches the most on me. So when I'm making trades, I usually want to use 1inch a lot. So you can see the total fee on Uniswap right here is $41, so it's a little bit cheaper. So basically what we can do on Uniswap is jump into any coin that we want that's on the Ethereum network. We can get into it. Now, here's where it starts to get really interesting. Say we want to exit our entire Ethereum position. I can just go right here and hit max, and I can swap to USDC instantly. Okay, so boom, all my Ethereum is converted to a stable coin, and I can actually hold US dollars in crypto format. You might be thinking, well, is this safe? Well, if you look at the price of USDC, it's been worth $1 exactly for the last 5-6 years. Okay, it's just going to be worth $1 unless the entire cryptocurrency world explodes. And I'm not talking about crashes. I'm talking about like literally the networks and everything have to explode. Something has to happen. And frankly, I feel my money is a lot safer in USDC than it is in a bank. That also being said, there's so many other stablecoins and other currencies. For example, I like to convert a lot of mine into the Singapore stablecoin because that doesn't depreciate. But that's beside the point. So let's say we want to buy some of these coins. So say we wanted to buy Saki, okay? So we could go in here and we could type in Saki if it's on there. What you're going to see a lot of times, though, is these won't be added. So what we can do is we can easily go and say we want to grab the Saki token right here. All right, I can go right here and copy this address This is called a contract address. This is basically the address of the token. So I could go into here and I could just type in the address, okay? It's gonna pull up the coin and I can easily swap into it even if it's not listed on here. So we can move into basically any coin in the Ethereum network you want. Okay? So let's say I wanna buy some sake right now. I can go in here and I can put in sake. And let's just say I want to transfer 0.2 ETH in the sake. So I'm going to swap that. Now here's some really key things you need to look at. You need to look at the price impact. A lot of times when you're swapping coins and the prices are moving around a lot, it can be 5–10%. What does this mean? It means if I put in, or if I swap $1,000 worth of ETH, I can end up only with $900 worth of sake. So you got to really pay attention to this. I didn't get this at all when I first got into it, and I lost probably thousands and thousands of dollars with these swaps. So we're going to go in here, we're going to reject this first one and the second one. Actually, we're just going to reject them all. We're just going to swap. So now that that swap is occurring, we're going to see that pending as it's going through the Ethereum network. I'm actually going to add this coin to MetaMask, which we can do the same exact way that we just added the contract in. So let's imagine we would go right here and say we want to add sake to MetaMask. We can go and we can just throw in the contract address right here. Okay, it's already been added, but you'd see sake pulled up right here and it would swap. So let's wait a few seconds for the transaction to go through. Okay, you can see it already did. So I have $366 of sake. Okay, I could even go and convert sake then at this point to, let's say, chain games. So for example, yesterday I moved all my chain link in the chain games because I think the thing's going to be an absolute nuke, or at least it's going to keep going up. And so let's imagine sake has really gone up and I want to flip into this. So let's imagine it's gone up as high as I think it's going to go. So then I want to go and flip into chain games. Okay, so say I want to do that. All right, so I can go flip the max amount of sake right here, and I can see that the price impact is just fine. Okay, and I'm probably going to lose like $50 just doing all this in gas fees right here. So I've just approved it, and now I can swap from sake to chain games, and I'm going to have the same $366 worth. And so this right here is going to serve you a few purposes. Most importantly, this gets you off exchanges. No one can take this money or force me to do anything with it. There's been plenty of times already where my bank messed with Coinbase, and thus Coinbase messed with me, on top of all the fees and the transactions and everything else that is going on. Of course, there's going to be fees and price impact doing this, but this allows me to hold my money when it's completely under my control, and I can trade into whatever I want whenever I feel like it. I'm not going to swap sake to chain games right now because there's just no point, and this is mostly a wallet I use for fast purchases. That also being said, say I want to exit sake. It's a great way to make sure that we can get out of our positions super quickly without having to rely on exchanges, because what exchanges are going to do when you want to get out of positions quickly, they're going to crash a lot of times. If Ethereum or Bitcoin are making some huge big move, a lot of times the exchanges are going to go down. Uniswap and 1inch are not going to go down on you. They just don't. I've never seen them go down, at least. And so this allows me to move out of positions without having to go to exchanges. Okay? You do not want to be dealing with the rush of exchanges when stuff is going on. On top of that, it allows me to convert my positions into other positions super easily and get into almost any coin that is seeing a lot of action when I think it's going to see some action. So this is just a really quick tutorial, guys, because I didn't understand this when I first got into this. And just being also transparent, these coins I'm holding right now, I do plan to sell in the future when the price is right. So I'm not suggesting you buy these coins right now. I like both of them, but just full transparency, if they go nuts in the future, I will totally sell them. These are not something I'm holding forever, and these are also high-risk coins, okay? They have very low market cap, so they could go down just like that. So I'm really not showing you this video to tell you to buy those coins. I don't think you should, and I will 100% dump on you if you want to ignore my advice and just go nuts into them. The reason why I showed you this video is because being able to make trades like this and knowing how to get access to these coins has made me a lot of money. My returns would not be anywhere near what they are in this bull run if I didn't know how to use Uniswap and swap these coins around. And also some of my biggest mistakes, my biggest losses, and my biggest bad buys and biggest bad movement of crypto around was all from not understanding how to use Uniswap in my wallets. So this is how you do it. Follow me at ZSS Becker. I share cool things and pictures of my dog. And that's it.